rumored to be maybe going back to the NFL. We'll see how that goes.
There's a couple of openings. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, every year there are like 10. It's not good to be a coach these days unless you like the buyout.
The buyout is always great. I mean, less stress, lots of money.
It's really the way to do it. Get fired. Wagner sweeping through, draws the whistle as he was bumping against Gill on the way in.
A completely different approach in the second half for Maryland. I mean, Michigan offensively, excuse me. Getting the ball inside, trying to get something going towards the basket, not settling for perimeter jump shots. Neither team right now has a positive assist to turnover ratio. Both teams are struggling in managing the game. But if you get the ball down low, if you utilize your size, which has been a big production as of late, in particular, we mentioned Wagner over the last 10 games, averaging close to 14 points. DJ Wilson playing better as of late. Start utilizing them against the interior of Maryland.
9 out of the last 10 games for Wagner have been double-figure games in the point column. He has 6 now, and Michigan is drawn within 2 at home. Cowan off the Bender screen. A freshman on a buoy. Followed by Walton. Cowan beat him to the corner and couldn't finish. Nearly got his own rebound, and now a battle for it. Abdur-Rahkman was fouled. Gene Steratore was right on that call, and it looked like a very good one in the scrum with Cowan watching over that play as Brantley came over the back.
The drive, it should be an easy finish. Instead, it's not, and then a loose ball situation. Guys diving on the floor. But Maryland's got to find a way to finish. They are 0 for 5 here in the second half.
At the rim, a foul. Wagner attacking very eagerly here in the second half at home.
Ride the hot hand. Ride the guy that is being aggressive. The aggressive team so often in the game of college basketball is the team that's going to get the foul. It's going to manufacture points. And Michigan has done a nice job of that early here in the second half of being the aggressor. And that aggressiveness, by the way, is not just at the offensive end. It is bleeding over to the defensive end.
Wagner makes the first, a 69% foul shooter.
Remember, you asked me in the first half about the identity of Maryland.
Yep.
And what I thought that identity should be. And to me, in some of the games that they've played, when they've gone through droughts offensively, they lack energy at the defensive end of the floor, and it carries over. They allow their offense to affect their level of intensity at the defensive end of the floor. That's got to shift. Here's a golden moment. Your offense isn't going well. How many stops can you string together in a row? Because there's going to be times where you don't shoot the ball well. There's going to be times where you can't finish. This is one of those times.
Nickens buries another. That's his third of the game.
Maybe I should just talk about them not scoring, and then they'll score.
That's the way it works. I mean, they went the last 6 minutes against Nebraska without a point.
Right. And they gave up second chance points, and they were allowing Ty Webster to get a piece of the paint. Right now, they've got to figure out Wagner. I'd go right back to him.
Duncan Robinson into the lane, rimmed it out. Cowan's got a little gumption for a freshman, doesn't he?
He's got some spring and some bounce in his step, and the ball's in his hands. There's a certain level of excitement, anticipation of what he can do.
Freshman to freshman there, and nicely done by Jackson.
I love Jackson's game. He is long, he is athletic, very smooth. As he continues to figure things out at this level, he's going to continue to take steps forward for Maryland.
Initially a UNLV commit, then the firing of Dave Rice, and he switched allegiances as Abdur-Rahkman is in double figures for Michigan.
And where have all those points come?
In the paint. Yep. Do I get something for passing the quiz? He's got the rebound.
Appetizer later tonight. Look out.
Wilson slams it. Timeout, Gene Steratore. We may have a clock issue.
No, it's the net.
Oh, it is the net.
So the net on the dunk got caught up. And very rare opportunity. Defense leading to offense. A good throw ahead. Wilson running the floor, able to finish with authority. And Michigan's got to take those opportunities when they have them.
Gene Steratore, by the way, was going to go ahead and take care of the net on his own, but he was about a couple feet too short to do that. He signaled to us.
And just the buzz and the energy in the building, though, in this two-point game has been all Michigan here in the second half. And outside of that one three-point look.
Trimble found his way in, and that's going to be a foul against Walton on the rebounding action for Michigan. That's his third. He's the only foul trouble for anybody in this game. Walton the first to 3 here today.
And Gill doing a nice job getting on the offensive glass. One of the things I call when I watch the game film, preparing for this game, is a volleyball player on the glass. Does a nice job tipping the ball, staying active around the rim when he has a lane and a seam. And what he did there nicely was he followed the driver. A lot of times, if there's going to be a miss or a blocked shot, often you can get it if you're following the driver, because the defense is going to collapse on the player attempting the shot, and you can come in and have yourself an opportunity.
To the vacated spot, essentially. LG Gill, Little Gill, as Ant called him. And there's the LG. How about that?
You have any nicknames growing up?
We can't say them on television, Sean. We've been over this. 3-point game. Zach Irvin still scoreless in the second half. Wilson to Irvin.
Just drifted a little bit. You saw his legs weren't completely underneath him. It's forced him to come up short as he actually shot that ball slightly on the way down.
Herder cleared out space for the pass to Trimble, and he sinks the three.
And almost a sigh of relief as he turned. Now, just the look on his face, there was zero celebration. It was just like, finally, I got to see the ball go down.
Isn't that interesting? Even for a guy with such confidence in game, you need that one to go.
Basketball is all about confidence, though. How do you feel about yourself? I mean, people talk about swag or whatever you want to call it. It's confidence. Do you have the ability to want to stand in front of somebody and get a stop? And then offensively, are you smart enough, strong enough to make the right play for your team?
Irvin from the corner, tough three, and he stuck it for his first bucket in the second half.
And two guys have struggled really all night long. Neither one of them in rhythm. Hit back-to-back shots. We'll see if that can ignite either one of them to be consistent.
Michigan had missed its last 9 threes. And a foul called against Simpson. Well, you knew the three-point shooting would turn up at some point with these two teams.
Well, and these two players in particular, Melo Trimble needing to get something going from the outside, finally finds himself with his feet squared underneath him, able to knock it down, and then Irvin able at the other end to knock down his first perimeter shot. Which one can sustain it? We got ourselves a 3-point game.